अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 51, verse number 53. So this is still continuation of Muchkunda's prayers to Krishna. And in the previous class we studied how he was talking about people being attached to their human body, and especially the royal people attached to their power, military and so on, and not knowing that this is all temporary and death comes, and after death the same person who was executing and was mastering so much power mixes into the dust So he is continuing on the same, basically saying the importance of human life. Purushottam Prabhu, you have something?
Question. Yesterday when we discussed that Bhagavatam is a Karya, Satsang is a Karana, right? And because Satsanga is so potent that the Karya is explained before Karana. And that, but then I have a question. The Satsanga also happens by Yadrichaya, right?
Yeah.
So is that Yadrichaya is because your bhava is going to end now, that's why you get Yadrichaya, or Yadrichaya has no cause at all?
No, this is clear that it is because of that bhava or your material existence ends. That is the cause. It's not that it has to end, therefore Yadrichya happens. If that is the case, then what is the point in saying that it ends because of satsanga? It means it's already decided.
Satsanga happens because of Yadrichaya, right?
Yes.
So I was thinking, because Yadrichaya is there, your bhava is going to end now, so Yadrichaya came, and that's why you get satsanga.
Yeah.
Is there any correlation like that?
Say it again.
Because your bhava is going to end, therefore you get the Yadrichaya and get the satsanga.
Yeah, but then why is it Yadrichya? You yourself are contradicting yourself. Yadrichya means causeless. And now you are giving a cause for Yadrichya, then it is not Yadrichya anymore. Then it is controlled by Bhava Varga. Right?
Yes, okay, that clarifies. Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Karoti karmani tapas. No, this we did, right? We are in sloka 55. Manye mamanugrahi shate krito rajyanubandhapagamo yadrichaya. See, here he is using the same word yadrichaya. Ya prarthayate sadhu bhirekacharya vanam vivakshad khanda bhumipai. So he says, Manye mamanugraha ishate krito. So he says that I consider that it is only by your grace that I am able to see you, and by your grace my attachment to kingdom etc. has been removed. So Rajya Anubandha Apagama Yadrichaya. Otherwise it's difficult, because how will you become free from the gunas of Prakriti? If you are only dealing with the gunas, then you will keep on dealing. You can go up and down. You can go from tamas and rajas into sattva, but you will remain within the gunas only. You cannot get out. So your asakti may become less, but it cannot become completely nil, shunya. Because what is it going to make it shunya? The cause is material, so the effect cannot be non-material. So that's why the word yadrichya is used, which means anugraha. Mama anugraha, as he is saying. Yadrichya means Ishwarichya or Bhagavad-ichya. So it is only by the grace of Bhagavan or grace of devotees, there is no difference in that, that one thinks like that I don't want to have material desires. So when one becomes free from material pleasures, material attachments, material possessions, that is the grace of Bhagavan, that is the ichha. So it is described like that yavat papaistu malinam hridayam tavadevahi shat shastre satya buddhi shat sadguru Sadguru, Sad is another word. So as long as the heart remains impure, then one cannot have even faith in Sat Shastra. So Sat Shastra, Sad Buddhi Syat. It won't happen. And Sadguru, Sad Shraddha, it's not some other word is there. And one will not have faith in a genuine teacher. So people come to spiritual life also, but then they do not have complete faith in Shastra. They also have faith in Shastra, which is mixed up or improper understanding. And even if they go to Guru, then they will go to also Guru like that. So this is a verse which Jiva Goswami cites in Bhakti Sandarbha in the very beginning. Yavat papestu malinam hridyan tavadevahi nat sat shastre sad buddhi sat shastre satya buddhi sat. So this is what yadrichya means. So whenever it comes to bhakti, then the word yadrichya is used. That is only by yadrichya that one gets Shraddha in bhakti or association of devotees. So therefore he says, Ye prarthayate sadhubhir ek charya vanam vivakshadubhir akhanda bhumike. So he says this type of grace is desired by sadhus. Ye prarthate sadhubhi. Those who want to remain ekcharya, they want to remain in solitary place. They don't want to mix with materialistic people. So they desire, because that happens only by grace. Or sometimes even great kings who realize this, then they pray to be free from material attachment. So he says, Mamatu tvad-bhakta garga sangan nantram akasmadeva yo rajyadi sangvichhedo jataha satavaiva anugrahatityaha janamityah manyaiti. So he is remembering how he got the association of Garga Muni or Vriddha Garga. And he says that only by the association of your devotee Garga, that suddenly Akasmadeva Rajyadi Sangvichhedo, I lost interest. So otherwise it is not possible by one's own self. Sato Jnana Kutam. So by one's own effort, one will not come to this conclusion. So Sato Jnana Katam Pansad Bhakti Vairagya Mevacha. It does not happen. If it can happen by satsanga, that itself is also a great fortune. People hear Srutvapi evam na veda kasyat, but it does not enter inside. They still run after the same ephemeral sense objects. So therefore he says, your rajyadi sangha vichhedo jata. So it is not ordinary thing that somebody has opulence, wealth, power. Why should he give it up? People are looking for it. He already has it. So why should he go? So he says, I consider this as only your anugraha. Otherwise there are many kings who have power, that does not give it up. So now he is citing sloka from Vritrasura's prayers. Travargikaya savighatam asmat patir vidhatte purushasya shakraha tato numeyo bhagavat prasado yodurlabho kinchana gocharonyi. So he says this is actually the Bhagavat prasad. If someone is becoming disinterested in material attachments, material pleasures, then you should infer that this person has got grace of Bhagavan. It's like you make an anuman, you make an inference that wherever there is smoke, there is fire. So by seeing the smoke, you can infer that there must be fire. So by seeing that somebody has lost interest in material things, truly, not for a short time and then again. This also happens that sometimes people lose interest. It's like sometimes you become sick and you lose interest in eating. Even your best food does not attract you. So that is because of some sickness. But when that sickness is removed again, we have the same gusto to eat. So similarly, sometimes because of some incidents in one's life, one temporarily becomes renounced. It's called Shamshan Vairagya. So sometimes Vairagya comes in one's life for short periods. It's like when you eat food nicely and your stomach is full, then you get Vairagya from food for temporarily. After some time that Vairagya goes away and then again the Raga comes. So like that our life also moves in Bhoga and Tyaga. You do Bhoga of anything, enjoyment, something, experience. Bhoga means basically it's a awareness only. You really do not enjoy anything. It's just a thought, it's a feeling. We use a separate word for it, but they are all happening at the level of mind. Just as you have a thought in your mind, like you dream at night of some sense pleasure. So when you are awake, it is the same process. It's nothing different. But when you are awake, to you it looks more real. But in the dream also it looks real to you when you are in the dream. It's only when you come out of the dream, then you think, oh, it was only a dream. Similarly, when you come out of this dream, then you think, oh, this was also another dream. Because process is same. There it is happening from the samskaras within. Here it happens because of the sense objects outside plus the samskara. Both combined work together. And then what do you get? It's just a sensation in the mind. Now they can do that by chemicals or by touching certain part of the brain. You can get the same experience. So that's all it is. So therefore in the Sankhya Sutra, there is a sutra which says Chedavasano Bhogaha. It says the end result of Bhoga, Avasana means the outcome is Chit. It's just awareness. It's not that Bhoga goes inside you. It just, even if you eat something, it's only the feeling which you relish, not the going inside. If going inside was pleasurable, then you give food through the tube. That doesn't give any pleasure, right? Or you give something through IV, intravenous. That's going inside you. But nobody enjoys that. So it's only when it touches the tip of your tongue, so you get sensation. That's the only bhoga, nothing more. And because of that, people go crazy. But this is the game of Maya. You know it, still you want it. So when you don't want it, then he says that now you should make an inference that this person got the grace of Bhagavan. Otherwise not. So tato numeyo bhagavat prasado. So that is how you can know whether somebody actually has got grace of Bhagavan or not. But people count grace in many different ways. So something external, how many books you have written, how many temples you have, how many followers you have, that is not the grace. Grace is this, tatonumeyo. So Traivargik arasa vighatam asmat patir vidhatte purusha shakra. So Vritrasura is telling to Indra, and Indra must be really feeling frustrated by this statement. He says the grace of Bhagavan is that he will demolish your Traivargika ayasa. Means any effort you make for artha, kama, dharma, etc., and any effort you are making to accumulate wealth, any effort you are making to accumulate sense objects, any effort you are making to accumulate piety for material purpose so that you can go to heaven. So he says he will, if he demolishes it, that is his grace. So this is difficult again to accept. Why is it difficult to accept it? Because that shows that I am actually attached to it. So then means that's not a grace. So grace will be when you actually understand and you yourself say, yes, this is grace. Otherwise people say, why God is doing this to me? Doing what? When you were born, you did not have anything. Then you acquired something. When you leave, you are not going to take anything with you. In between you think that you have something. That's exactly the illusion. So therefore he says, Traivargika ayasa vighatam asmat patir vidhatte purushasya shakra tatonumeyo bhagavad prasado durlabha. So it is not easy because it happens yadrichya. It doesn't happen to everybody. And akinchana gocharo anni. So those who are akinchana gochara, who are not interested, that means they have it and not others. So iti Shri Vitrokta yo rajya anubandho upgama sadhu bhir bhumi pai prarthyate ek charyaya ek charitvena nirvighnatva tvadiya dhyana bhakti siddhartham iti bhava. So he says, therefore, if someone gives up rajya anubandho upgama, as he was mentioning that I lost interest in kingdom, etc. So this is desired by sadhus, those who are good sadhus, and also by kings, so that they can be ekchari, vanachari, who can live without any disturbance of people. Why? So that they can become absorbed in your dhyan. Tvadiya dhyan bhakti siddhartha. So that's is the grace of Bhagavan. Na kamyenyam. So now he makes his wish clear. What is that he wants? Because God said, Varam Branishva, that ask a boon from me. So now he is coming to the point. He made it clear that I don't want anything else. Just in case there is maybe some doubt. That is, he is also looking for wealth. He was a king, maybe he also wants wealth. So he says, no. Na kamyenyam tava pada sevanad akinchana prarthatamad varam vibho आराध्य कस्त्वाम ही अपवर्गदम हरेर वृणीता आर्यो वरमात्म बंधनम. So he says, na kamye anyam tav pada sevanam. So he says that I do not wish anything other than service to your feet. That's the only thing I want. Akinchana prarthatamad varam vibho. So this is the only vara, this is the only boon I want, O Lord, and this is akinchana prarthatamad. This is the boon which is asked by those who are best of the renounced people, akinchana, would not So not only akinchana, not only akinchanatara, but akinchanatama. So they also want this. Aradhya kastvam hi apvargapadam harer vrinita arya varama atma bandhana. So he says that after worshipping your feet, O Lord Hari, who is giver of the apvarga, who is that person who will ask for anything else or any boon which brings bondage? Means anything else other than bhakti, it is even apvarga is not very desirable. So this is the intelligent thing. He is intelligent. Otherwise, after meeting Bhagavan also people ask for something material. That shows their pettiness of the heart or lack of good intelligence. So varan vrinishva iti yaduktam tatra uttaramaha naiti. So what Bhagavan has said earlier, that take boons from me, he actually used the plural word varan vrinishva. So now he is saying that akinchanai prarthya bhakti prarthyatara prema prarthyatama padasevanam tasmat. So he says akinchana people want bhakti. Those who are akinchanatara, they want prema. Those who are akinchanatama, they want seva. Not everybody wants seva. Some people only want prema so that I can sit and do lila smaran and I don't have to do seva. So he says akinchana prarthyatama. So what is akinchana prarthyatama? He says padasevana. Padasevana includes all other sevas. So anyam moksham api na kame. And other than that, I don't want anything including moksha. Kimutanyan varan. What to speak of anything lower than that? Apvargadam bhakti yoga pradam pancham skande apvarg sabdena bhakti yoga ukte. So apvarga is another word which commonly is used like kavalya, means moksha. So vriju varjane dhatu, to give up. So giving up everything, that is moksha. But in the 5th canto, apvarga is also described as bhakti. So he is saying that the word apvargadam here means not giver of moksha, but giver of bhakti. Because if he is asking for padasevanam, and then he is calling him as giver of moksha, that does not make sense. That is incoherent. That if you are asking wealth from somebody, and then you are saying that he distributes food. So if he distributes food, he will give you food, not money. So if you want bhakti from somebody, then you say he gives moksha. So if he gives moksha, then how will he give you bhakti? He will only give you moksha. So that's why he says that apvarga here does not mean moksha. So this is how you have to have consistency of the words of the sloka. अथवा दृष्टान्तमपि कैमुत्यनेवाह ही अपि अर्थे. So then he gives another meaning, because there is also the word Atma Bandhan used. So he says this is now used in Kamutya, that apvargadam moksharthitvat mokshpradam api tvam that if somebody wants moksha, then you give moksha because you are apvargada. But after worshipping you, who is that intelligent person who will ask for moksha? Although you can give that. So that is kamatya. Why? Because that is just a bondage. Atmano bandhanam varam tvaya samapi vranita. That even if you give, it's only a bondage. Aham tu moksha api nirpeksha katham taduranya. And I am not interested even in moksha. So how is that I will ask for that? Tasmad vishrija shishaisha sarvatoho rajastama sattva gunanubandhanaha niranjanam nirgunam advayam param tvam gyapti matram purusham brajamyaham. So therefore he says, therefore giving up all desires, vishrija ashisha, O Lord, sarvato, from all sides, rajas tama sattva gunanubandhana. Because all these desires other than bhakti, they are related to raja, tama, sattva. So they are all products of three gunas of material nature. So I am not interested in that. And I am taking shelter of you, Purusham Brajami, who is free from these three gunas, Niranjanam, Nirgunam, Advayam. So without any duality, Param, transcendental, Tvam, and Gyapti Matram, your pure consciousness. So I approach you and do not want anything related to the three gunas. So swasya sarva kama nispriha sprashtikrityaha tasmaditi. So he is making it very clear that I am not interested in anything material, and therefore he says tasmat. Sarvashaha sarva eva. So sarvasha means all, and sarvata. So there is another here reading is sarvata, here reading sarvasha. So meaning is same. Rajas tamaha sattva gunair anubadhyante iti ta. So all these boons which bind one to rajas, tama and sattva. I don't want that. Tena jnana hetu sattva gunanubandhini muktirapi visrishta. So that means he has also given up mukti or desire for moksha, which comes from sattva, which is cause of jnana. Sarvita jnanat na mukti. Mukti happens by jnana. So, and jnana comes from sattva. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. Jnanam yad brahma darshanam. So from sattva guna comes jnana, knowledge. From knowledge comes Brahman, moksha. So he says, I don't want that also. Gunatrayatitaha padsevanatmika bhaktireva prarthita. So he has only asked for bhakti in the form of padasevana, service to the feet, which is gunatraya atita, which is beyond the three gunas. Śrīmad Gita su ekadashe cha bhaktereva trigunati tattva shravanat. So it is described in Bhagavad Gita as well as in the 11th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam that it is only bhakti which is trigunatita, which is beyond the three gunas. So anybody can think of any place in Bhagavad Gita where it says that bhakti is beyond gunas? No, but where is it said that that is bhakti, that can be moksha? Nirdvando nitya sattvastha niryogakshem atman. Advaitvadi will interpret it for Advaitvad. Not that they will, they do. So think where it's said. In 11th canto it is very clear. There are sloka after sloka. Mandiketam tu nirgunam. Where it says vanam tu satvike vasa. Living in forest is sattvic, living in village, city, etc. is rajasic. Living in dyut sadanam tamasam. Living in a gambling place is tamas, and mandiketam tu nirgunam. My temple is nirguna. So activities also he says. Talks about Shraddha, activity, and many slokas like that. So take this as a homework, Bhagavad Gita. Tell me tomorrow.
Babaji?
Yes.
Savanam Savati Chaitam Brahma Bhuyaya Kapapate is chapter as well.
Yes. Mam chaya vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Sagunan samtityatan Brahma Bhuyaya kalpate. So bhakti. Also 18th chapter. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Sochati Na Kankshati. So Mad Bhakti Labte Param. Bhakti comes after. So therefore it is important to know this, because people think bhakti is also meant for gyan. So bhaktereva trigunatitatva shravanat. So it is only bhakti which is trigunatita. Tvam purusham brajami prapnuyami. Therefore I come to you, the Purusha. Nanu, now Krishna is raising a question on that. He says, you are coming to me, but I am a Purusha. You yourself are saying Purusha. Purusha means human being. Human being means human body. Human body means material. Birth, old age, death, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukkha, dosha, anudarshanam. So why you are saying that this is Trigunatit? Question. So he says, Nanu Purusha akaram mam maya sharanam brahma iti kechid achakshate. He says, some people say that I have this human body, and this human body is when Brahman takes shelter of Maya. So I am also material. So why you saying that I am transcendental? So Maya khyaya kamadhenor vatsau jiva ishvarayo bhau yathecham pivitadvaitam tattvam advaitam evahi. So Maya is Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu means it gives whatever you want. So Maya gives so many types of bodies. So she has got two calves. One calf is called Jiva, other calf is called Ishvara. And calf means that they are born from Maya. So Maya khyah Kamadhenu vatsau jiva ishvaro vobhau. So both Jiva and Ishvara are product of Maya. Maya has got two parts in it. One is Vidya part, other is Avidya part. Because Sattva Rajas Tamas. So Sattvat Sanjayate Jnanam. So that is the Sattva part. And Rajas Tamas, Rajaso Lobha Evacha. And Tamso Bhavta Jnanam. Jnanam. So that is Rajas Tamas. So when Brahman gets the upadhi of Vidya, sometimes they make distinction between Maya and Avidya, like that. So that comes out Ishvara. So Ishvara is nothing but Brahman with upadhi of Sattva. That's why he is Sarvagya, he has knowledge. Because his upadhi, his conditioning is of Vidya part of Maya. And Jiva's upadhi is Rajas and Tamas. Both are Brahman. The Bheda, the difference is only in upadhi. So that's why Yathecham Pivatam Dvaitam. Drink as much Dvaitvad you want. Maya keeps on giving the milk. She is Kamadhenu. But you should know Tattvam Advaitam eva. The ultimate reality is only Advaita. So Karya Upadhir Ayam Ishvara. No, Karya Upadhir Bhavet Jiva. And Karana Upadhir Ishvara. So Karan and Karya, Maya is Karan, Avidya is Karya. So that is another way of explaining that Ishvara is Karana Upadhi, Jiva is Karya Upadhi. So he says, some people say like that my body is also material. So what would you say to them? So Kechid Achakshate Tatra. So then the next line of this sloka is going against this idea. So first word he uses is Niranjanam. That you are Niranjanam. Niranjanam Paramam Samyam Upayati. So Niranjana means that you are free from all upadhi. Anjana is what you apply in your eyes. So that is the upadhi. Niranjana means without any anjana. Means pure. So he says that no, you do not have any upadhi of Maya. So therefore Niranjana. Anjanam upadhi tadrahitam. So anjana means upadhi. And because anjana, why anjana means upadhi? Because just like you put this anjana, what is it called? Mascara? अंग्रेजी में बोलो. KOHL? Never heard that word. Collyrium. Yes, that is the. So that you put that, so it changes the color, right? So that is the upadhi. I give simple example. That is lipstick. That is easy to understand. So your lips are actually not that color. They are not red. But you put lipstick on it. So they become red. That is the upadhi. Upadhi means, upa means near, adhi means jumping onto something. So the lipstick jumps onto your lip. So then your lip looks different than what it is. So that is upadhi. So Jiva also has upadhi, and Ishvara, he says, no, you are without lipstick. You are only a stick, no lipstick. Krishna has a stick, right? So that is Niranjana. Anjanam upadhi tadrahitam. And therefore the next word is very nicely how logically he is now putting all the words of the second line together. So first is Niranjana, then Nirguna, and because he is Niranjana, therefore he is Nirguna. Because it is the Anjana which is made of the Upadhi is made of Maya, Maya made of three gunas. So if he is Niranjana, then he is Nirguna. Free, Nirguna. But he is not Nirakar. So remember that. Otherwise people put Nirguna and Nirakar together. So, therefore Nirguna. Nanu cha satyam nirguna eva asmi idam madiyam vapustu gunamayam eva. So then he says, okay, I agree that I am Nirguna, but my body is Gunamaya. It is made of the gunas. Like we are also Nirguna. The Jiva, the Atma is Nirguna. But body is Nirguna. No? Why? It is made of gunas. Simple. So if someone says like this, that you are nirguna, you are niranjana, but your body is made of the gunas. So then he says the word advaya. The next word is niranjanam, nirgunam, advayam. This is a way of applying. This is showing the logical connection of the words of the sloka. So advaya means that there are no dvaya. Means in case of living beings, body and atma, they are different. But in case of Bhagavan, his body is non-different from him. He is Advaita Tattva. Brahma also said that in 14th chapter, 10th Canto prayers, Advayam. Tvam tvad-vapuscha na bhinnam. So there is no difference between you and your body. So now if you say that there is no difference between you and your body, then why you say you and your body? If you say you and your phone, you and your computer, that means you are separate, your computer is separate. You are separate and your phone is separate from you. So if you say you and your body, you are already contradicting yourself. That means there are two things. You are you and your body is your body. You are separate. So he says no. Tvameva tvadvapu ityartha. That you are your body only. So why you make this? Sometimes people preach to others, right? That you say this is my hand. So that means you are not the hand. So you are separate from the hand, right? So then we say this is Krishna's feet. So by that logic, Krishna is separate from his feet. So then he also becomes Dvaya, not Advaya. So this is called Upchara. This is usage in figurative sense, where there is no difference, but you make a difference. So that's says Tvameva Tvadvapur ityartha. Tarhi vapuridam kim swarupam. So then, is it that this body is my swarupa? Then he says, yes, gyapti matram. So gyapti, what does gyapti means? Gyapti means consciousness. So you are pure consciousness. Your body is not material. You and your Atma is conscious. Body is also. So gyapti matram means that it is not having the duality. Because if it is all consciousness, then there is no such thing that Atma is giving consciousness to the body, body is unconscious. When the Atma leaves the body, body is without consciousness. There is nothing like that. So therefore it says Gyapti Matram. Chit Swarupam. So it is Chit Swarup. Chit means conscious. And Brahma Eva. Ityartha means it is Brahman. So his body is Brahman. There is no difference. Brahma Bhuta. Gunmaya Jagato api Tvat Shakti Mayatvena Tvad Bhinnatva Bhavad Advayam. So then he extends this word Advayam more, because after he is only saying Purusham Rajamiham. So he explains all these words Niranjanam, Nirgunam, Advayam, Param, Tvam, Gyapti Matram. So he has explained all that. And then he says that even this material world, although it is made of the gunas, but it is also non-different from you. Why? Because it is your Shakti. It's also manifestation of your energy. And energy and energetic are inseparable. So tvad shaktimayattvena tvad bhinnatva bhavat. So he says that tvad bhinnatva abhavat instead of saying tvad abhinnatvat. So there is no difference if you say abhinnatvat or bhinnatva bhavat, but still there is some difference. So bhinnatva bhavat means first bhinnatva then abhav. And abhinnatva means there is no bhinna. So in one you are denying that anything is separate from you by first not even having its existence. Another is that it exists. It is bhinnatva abhav. Because how will you make abhav if the object is not first there? Right? So he is not denying. This is a very subtle difference. If you say it is abhinna, means that there is nothing which is bhinna from you. In English it comes out like that. But it means the jagat does not exist. The world does not exist. But when it is bhinnatva bhava, then it means it exists, but it is not different. So that is the Vaishnava view. Advaitic view is that it doesn't exist, it is abhinna. Because there is nothing other than him. So there's very subtle difference. And Swarup Shaktya tu Gyapti Matram Purusham. So then he is saying that your body is your Swarup Shakti. It is a manifestation of your Swarup Shakti. And therefore, it is Gyapti Matram. It is pure consciousness or it is purely conscious. But the Jagat is your Shakti, but not Swarup Shakti. And being Shakti, it is not different from you. It does not have an independent existence. Because in Advaitavad they say that there are three types of Bhedas which are denied. Right? Sajatiya Bhed, Vijatiya Bhed and Swarupgat Bheda. That there is nothing which is like Brahman, therefore there is no Sajatiya Bhed. And no Vijatiya Bhed because nothing Vijatiya actually exists. And Brahman is uniform, Ek Rasa. So therefore there are no differences within them. So Vaishnavas, they accept some part of it. But Jiva Goswami accept that yes, there is no Sajatiya Bhed, there is no Vijatiya Bhed, there is no Swagat Bhed, exactly like this. He says there is no Swagat Bhed because his body is non-different from him. And all his senses can function either way. Indriya vritti manti, pashyanti panti, kalam chiram jaganti. And there is no Sajatiya Bhed because he expands into various forms, Vishnu, Narayana, they are all same. And there is no Vijatiya Bhed because Vijatiya is Shakti, Shaktiman is one. So therefore Bhinnatva Bhav. So this is the explanation, nice explanation. We'll stop here. One more sloka of his prayer, we'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow I think this chapter will come to an end. Okay, Gustavo ji.
Pranam Babaji Maharaj. So you talked about increasing your faith in Vedic scriptures. So first question is, how does one do that? And then how does one answer the question that other faiths also have scriptures, and why don't you have faith in those scriptures like that?
So I have no objection if you have faith in other scriptures. I'm not saying don't have. Go ahead. No problem. We are not fanatics. But how to have faith in scriptures? First I have to ask you why you don't have faith. Means you have some doubt, you have questions. So you should clarify them. Because faith means believing in something which you have not experienced yourself. Means the book is telling you something, or somebody is saying something, but you don't have an experience of it. Because if you have an experience, you don't need faith, you have an experience. You have direct knowledge of it. So then you have, that means you what is being said there, you don't believe in it. That's what it means, you don't have faith. Or you believe in some parts and you don't believe in other parts. So then you have to ask question that why, what is your reasoning of not accepting anything or partly? Because that is the point. When you understand it logically, or your doubts are removed, then you will have faith. Because it is the doubts which do not allow you to have faith. And doubt is the characteristic of intelligence. So intelligence will raise doubts, and then you have to get them removed. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Mohini.
I was just asking myself, like, is liking for a Shastra also the same thing as having faith in that Shastra?
If you don't have faith, how will you like it?
Okay, so liking for a Shastra
You did not ask this to yourself. You said you are asking yourself.
Yeah, or
If you eat chocolate and you like it, you also have faith in it that it's good for you, it gives you nice taste.
Okay.
You don't think it's poisonous and I'm going to eat it.
Okay, so this means that a liking or affinity to some kind of scriptures is an indication that there is faith.
It's better than faith. It's even more.
Okay. So what is then the difference between blind faith and real faith?
You define what is blind faith.
I was thinking like just a faith which is coming out of liking. I would have said that this is blind faith.
How can you like something just like that? So blind faith means when you do not raise questions. That's what. Otherwise faith is always blind only. This is exactly what I said. Faith means you believe in something which you have not experienced. That is blind. If you experienced it, then it is not blind. So faith itself means blind. But when people use the word blind faith, means that you don't want to question anything. Just like Arjuna is asking questions. So that does not mean that he is faithless. He wants to make clarifications. Even if I say, well, everything in Bhagavatam is correct, I have this faith. But I read it and I don't understand, I can question. Well, here it says like this, can you explain how this is possible? It does not mean I am challenging the book that it is wrong. That is one way of asking questions, that you don't believe in it. And you raise questions on it. So their idea is that you don't accept it. Otherwise I accept it and I ask question to make clarifications. So those who are blind, having blind faith, they don't want to question. Sandeep.
So, I was asking this Gyati Matram. So, Gyati is
Consciousness.
So, it will be transcendental consciousness here. And another thing about this abhinnatvat and bhinnatvat, and then abhav. So when only it is bhin, then only we can say abhav now, or with abhin, how? I am not getting this point that if something is abhin, then how you are saying abhav?
No, I'm not saying, it is you who are saying.
Only with bhin it will be abhav. No?
If it is bhinna, then how it is abhav?
So only when bhin, then abhav.
How is it possible when it is bhinna, means different, then where is the abhav?
So something is different, and then abhav of that thing which is different.
How can it be abhav when it is already different? If there is a table and there is a book, so book is different from the table, right?
Okay.
Then you say that, well, there is lack of abhav between book and table. How is it possible? If you are saying there are two separate things, then how they can be one?
So when it is abhin, so let's say table, and then we say abhav. So that means
Abhav of what? Abhav of what?
So abhav can never come whether it is with bhin or with abhin.
Yes. How can you have abhav when there is abhinna, and how can there be abhav when there is bhinna? Because when it is abhinna, there is no question of abhav, because there is nothing to say abhav of what? Abhav of what? Abhav is always of something. You cannot simply say abhav. Abhav means non-existence. Bhav means existence. So if you say abhav means non-existent. So when you say abhinna means that there is non-existence of anything other than this object. There is nothing else which exists. That's what abhinna means. And if you say it is bhinna, then how can it be non-existent? Okay?
In both the cases it is the same thing, but then that is how we are countering Advaitva.
No, I'm not conquering Advaitva, I'm conquering you. I'm trying to confuse you.
Actually,
I don't want you to have blind faith, so I'm confusing you. So you can start thinking.
so it's really, I think I have to really think about it. If it is a bhin, then there can be no bhav. If it is bhin, then there can be no bhav. In either of the cases, there is no
Yes, yeah. So this is how people fool each other, So don't get fooled. I'm not trying to fool you, I'm trying to wake you up so that nobody can fool you. Okay, Sandeep. So this is called sun deep. Go a little deep, don't just remain sun deep. Sun deep means sense deep. So don't be sense deep, but be deep.
Thank you, Babaji. I'll just think about it and I will come back tomorrow.
Good. Yeah, because you are always asking question to me, now I ask you.
So there's one question from Satyasandha ji. So he asks, so he says, Bhagavan Krishna advises Uddhava to be first situated in the mode of goodness in order to further advance to the transcendental level.
Where?
In Bhagavatam 11:25-34.
Read the sloka.
Nihsango mam bhajed vidvan apramatto jitendriya rajas tamas chabhijayet sattva samsevaya muni.
He's saying that you conquer rajas and tamas by engaging in sattva. That's what he's saying. He's not saying that for bhakti you have to do this. He says you want to conquer rajas and tamas, then do sattva seva. Use sattvic objects, sattvic things, sattvic activities.
So their first question is this the prescribed process for sadhakas to be first in sattva by
No.
performing sadhana?
No, it is not a prescribed process. Okay.